All right, guys. You want to stop sharing there, Tom? All right. So we have a couple different subjects that we wanted to cover on today's call, but it's more of your open QA session as well. A lot of you are having trouble hooking up the IVR. And Alan, are you on? I don't know if Alan's in the group yet. Alan did some pretty cool stuff with IVR. So I was going to have Alan talk about how he implemented it. It's really working well. If you're not familiar with IVR, is with your smart number in Go High Level with a couple, a 5-minute setup, you could have it so when the phone rings, if they call you, it'll say press 1 to get the Smarty, press 2 to get to Tom, etc. And you can navigate them through a menu when they call your smart number. And it's a good way. Jeff is here on the group. Jeff was the first one that brought it to my attention. It's a good way to filter out all the spam calls. So, because the robots that are calling your number, they don't know that they have to press a number to get the bill. So they end up just hanging up. So, Jeff, have you seen a big decrease in your spams? You're on mute.
I had this feature at all clients before, so it was more about replicating it. But the nicest part is it doesn't record the junk mail.
Yeah.
We're old systems. So yeah, the way I set mine up is if they don't press the 0, it just basically, disconnects them and just logs the call.
Yeah. So I'll show everybody how to set it up. It's real easy. We'll do that in this session here. And then the other one I wanted to talk about is a lot of you are like, oh, my automations, I'm getting no emails out the door. Part of V5, just to we talked about this a week or two ago when we put 5 in everybody's account. It doesn't auto magically just take your contacts and put them on automations, right? It's all based on all the automations in any CRM is based on tags. So, any new lead that's coming in your system will be tagged and they get fired and put on an automation. Okay. So My Plus Leads puts an expired in this morning. They're on the expired automation. They're getting emails. But if you had 900 other expireds in your database, they're not automatically going to be put on the expired one. So we have to just, it takes 2 minutes, but we just grab all those people and say, put them in the automation, right? So everybody's got to do that. And I want everybody to make sure that your contacts that are in your system are properly getting the emails for the type of seller they are, for the buyers and so forth. But it's also important. Everybody last week should have got a homework assignment from me about the importance of getting your trigger links updated, which are all the URLs. There's a lot of those emails go out. They book some time on my calendar, and there'll be a button to book time on the calendar. So if you don't have the URL for your calendar in the trigger link, the button's going to be broken, right? Or what's the value of my house, or what's my cash offer? So the trigger links are really important for everybody to have those URLs in place. And then we have to fix the buttons in the emails for the email campaigns you're working on. So if you only have expireds and FSBOs, you only have 2 sets of emails you have to update. There's only 14 emails in each packet, so it doesn't take you long, but you're just going to refine the emails to make sure the buttons are connected to the right website or URL that you want to take them to. So they're the 2 main things. Once I have those set, then I throw everybody in the automations and then the emails go out. And then Bob, do you want to update everybody what you text me this morning, Bob, about the automations?
Yeah, so when you go in and re-engage the automations, you want to space it out. You don't want to say you have 500 expireds. You don't want to put all 500 immediately on the plan, because every 7 days, all 500. And if we start to get some traction, you're not going to be able to handle the business. So you've got to make a decision as to how many you want to go out over X amount of days. So I just did my expired over the weekend. I had 550 some, and I just set it up at 50 a day. So that 10 days it's done, and then you just get your natural cycle as new expireds come in. That 50 is going to grow every month as however many come in on that day. But one of my concerns was that if I start a drip, is it going to?
We lost you there, Bob. While we wait to get him back, one of the things he uncovered, which was a good thing, was he was about to say, if we start filling 500 expireds into the automation, if a new expired comes tomorrow morning from My Plus Leads, do they go to the bottom of the list? So they have to wait for 500 more expireds to go, or do they start getting emails right away? And the way Go High Level works is the new ones coming in go to the top. So an expired comes in tomorrow morning, they'll get the email while it's dripping the other people. So that's a good feature of Go High Level. So when they get tagged and put in, they won't go in the back of the line.
Yeah,
So,
and the 50 still go out. It doesn't deduct from the 50.
yeah. So the 50 go out plus the new ones that came in today, which is awesome. That's a good thing. So I know Tanasia, is it, was asking, we do have step-by-step of what you have to do in the CRM. So in the ProEdge community, in the V5 section, you'll see I have a video training on updating the trigger links and then fixing the buttons and so forth. So all that step-by-step is in the community group. So that's that topic. So what I wanted to show you real quick is the process of getting them into what Bob and I just talked about. So when you're in your system, you go over to contacts. So I have 9,000 contacts in my database, right? So for me to get them into the automations is I want to selectively decide who am I going to put on what. So if I do expired here, so I start typing expired, I have 2,133 expired listings in my database. Okay. So what I probably want to do, because and I'm going to also talk about SMS in another part of this call here, but for the email marketing, I only want to send it to people. I want to put the people that have valid emails in the email expired listing campaign, not somebody who just has a phone number. So you can see this expired here just has a phone number, no email. So what you want to do when you're setting this up is you're going to use the more filters and you're going to start, just start dissecting your database. So I'm going to say in my 9,000, how many of them are expired listings? So I type in expired and find the expired tag, right? So when I do that, 2,133 show up, but then I'm going to hit the more filters again. I'm going to say, and email is not empty. Okay. So now I only have 1,566, not the 2,300. So these are all people with, and then if I want to, I always validate my emails, but I could also type in the word valid and you'll see valid email is valid versus not valid. So now I have 1,396 expireds. And for me to put them in the automations, all I have to do is hit select, hit this guy here, select, and hit the robot and type in the word expired. So not on there, on the next one, expired. So that's the expired listing. Now, what Bob's talking about is I don't want to put all 1,300 or whatever, send out emails all at once. So the best way to do that is clicking on this guy right here, add it in a drip. So I'm going to say drip expired like that. I'm going to identify when do I want to start. So if I want to start them tomorrow morning, and I'll start them at 9 a.m. So I'll pick my 9 a.m. window and hit the little checkbox. So at 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, the 11th, and then you put in your batch quantity. So like Bob said, he does 50 a day. and then repeat after hours, minutes, seconds, or days. I'm going to say every day, send out 50. So that way, every day for my 1,500 or whatever, it's going to take 15 days or 13, 14 days. All those expires will be getting emails from me, but only 50 a day will be getting them. And then you could also do the start and end of when you send them out. So I like to send my emails starting out around 9 a.m. and I like to finish around 7 or 8. So I'll go down to 7 o'clock and then I say add to automation. So that's how you put in your existing database into their current automations. So if you have any questions about who goes what, but for the most part, they're all, if you go over to the automations list into V5 and you go to the sellers, you'll see the different types of campaigns I have. So like, I think it was Andrea, you have all the downsizers. So I have a great downsizers campaign you could throw all those people into. Now, over here, you're going to see, when you look at the list, you'll see how many people are totally enrolled and how many active people are in that automation. So I can see I have 1,683 expireds that are all getting emails from me. Okay. So they're in that automation. And then down here, I have my FISBOs, I have my tired landlords and the people that I'm integrating or communicating with. You could always see what's going on in analytics. So you could look at the analytics, see who's going in, what was your open rates, how many people clicked, how many people opened. You could also see over here on contacts. So if I look at my expireds, like Rhonda here, you could always see what went out to the contacts right here in the middle of your CRM for the contact list. So she got this wonder why your house didn't sell email. And this has a button that says, let's talk. So this is going to take her to my scheduling page to talk.
Hey, Smarty, when I updated mine, I went and hyperlinked Cash Offers Plus and Trade In anywhere they were in the emails. I took a minute and hyperlinked them too.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. So some advanced stuff that Bob's doing, guys, we can learn from it. You just want to get familiar with your emails. So if you come up to marketing and your templates here, when you're in the different emails, so these are all the different folders for downsizers, home values. There's three pages of folders. These are all the emails that we have in our system. And when you're in here, what Bob was just saying is like for the expired drip, most of these sellers have 14 emails that they get in a sequence, like every 5 days they'll get an email kind of thing. And then we loop it so they continually get emails from you forever. But these 14 emails, Bob edits all his to do them what he wants, whatever he wants to say. So these are your email templates, guys. So it's a good idea for you to see what's going out. You have to go in them anyway because you're going to fix the button. So part of my training is you got to click this white space and fix this trigger link right here. There's a training video on how to fix the buttons. But while you're in the buttons, Bob decided to make some more edits because these are your templates. If you don't like what we say, you could change all the text here. Just don't remove the button, right? And but everything else you should basically change, keep. But you could change all this stuff. And what Bob was doing was like see this Cash Offer Plus. If you hover the words up at the very top, there's a little paper clip. I can make this as a hyperlink. And what I can do is I can hook it to another trigger link. So what I'm doing here is I'm simply saying, let's go to iList and get my cash offer and open it in a new window. So now when they get this email, that's a hover, that's a link. So if they want to see their cash offer, they can see the cash offer. Now for the trade-in, I could hit the little link and I can go to a trigger link for trade-in. So there's the trade-in page. So now if they hit trade-in, they're going to go to my website about me with a video of me talking about trade-in. If they hit the cash offer, they're going to go up and get their cash offer for their house.
So Smarty, the trigger links that are in there now are set up to go to videos. So I actually added trigger links to go now that we have pages with the video on them.
Yeah, that's what in my training, Bob, that's what you should put them in there anyway. So you don't have to hit new trigger links. So those videos we don't need anymore. So if the videos are part of the page. So when you're updating, it says the trade-in plus and then video. So you could just put your website trade-in right there. So when they click on that, there's only one trade-in trigger link. So where it used to just be a video, Bob, like a dub video or something, I just put in the website page now since we have a page.
Yeah.
And then we have the same for sell and stay. So my sell and stay is just going to my sell and stay page. So when they get to that page from the email, they're going to have a video of me talking about it and then how it works.
So those updates that Bob, you went through and did hyperlinked, those will go to our trigger links then. Or
Yep.
is it?
Yeah, well,
Correct. I just
set it up, James,
made them hot links as opposed to just being words. So now I don't think there's something on all 14, but I'd say there's 8 of them that have something on them. Those 8 have an option to be pushed back into our website, which helps our SEO, as opposed to just clicking the button to schedule an appointment or, et cetera. So to me, it's just more opportunities to
opportunity to engage with them. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then the other thing, guys, this is totally up to you, but in my email templates, I have a logo that's at the top of all your email templates. That's a custom value that you put in my training. So you have an email header that has like your logo or whatever you want to put up there. It makes it look nice. Bob and I were talking last week. We want to be more personable with these sellers. So we didn't want to look more professional or like a professional email going out with a logo. So when I edited mine, you'll notice I don't have logos anymore. So all I did was, since I was updating the button, I took it on just to say, instead of having the logo at the top, I just deleted the logo. So let me go into somebody else's. I'll just go into Jim Fleming because I know, Jim, you're working with me now. So if I go over to Fleming.
Yeah, I think that the images hurt deliverability.
Yep, I agree too. Yep. So since you're updating the buttons, you might as well just clean up the email templates the way you want them. So see how Jim has a logo at the top? That's how all yours are. All I did was come up here, hit the trash can, and now I don't have a logo on there. And then I hit save. So I'm getting rid of the logo, and then I fix the button. And then what Bob's doing is he's hovering words and he's putting them trigger links behind them. So if they click on that word, it goes to a cash offer. They click on this word, it goes to home, trade in or whatever. So he's adding more opportunity inside the email they get to click on things to go to different places on his website. And then we have pixels on those websites. So now they're in a custom audience in Facebook and Google. We can retarget them.
Marty,
Yep.
I'm using a VPN. Will that affect my email campaign? With regards to how much going to deliver to be like going to the inbox?
I'm not a big VPN expert. Jeff, do you think? I don't think that's going to be a problem because the email delivery is going out of Mailgun from Go High Level just to their inbox.
What is he using a VPN for? That's.
Well, my computer is by default on VPN because I do trading and other stuff that requires higher.
Okay, so yeah, no, where you're at, none of your emails are coming from your computer. Even if you logged in the Gmail, it's coming from there. So it's just if you're using any cloud-based, if you actually use Outlook or something, like Thunderbird, I'd worry more about that. But if you're just doing email clients, there's nothing here that's going to affect that.
Yeah, you should be good, Ernie, thinking about it because it's all cloud-based. It's going through the servers on this cloud, not through your VPN on your computer.
Yeah, it would just be emails from his computer, from whatever mail app
Yeah,
running on his computer would be a problem.
yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Chris, you have a question?
Yeah, hi everyone. Mostly mail, email related. This is sort of an FYI, but over the weekend I was cleaning. I use Outlook with Microsoft 365, and over the weekend I was cleaning it up a bit, and in my junk folder were your emails, Marty, as well as Bob sent out an email last week about listening to leads, and switching to his program, whatever.
Yeah, dude, the one that went in the junk folder, that wasn't a Smart of the Realtor. That was probably the ProEdge CRM offers.
I think it was your normal weekly ones. Well, the one I was looking for, the one that you sent out on Thursday about fixing the trigger links.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah,
that one.
I think that was, that one I'm still warming up. So I don't have a good warming on that one yet because that's a new
Okay.
email that I started introducing in the CRM. So
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to think. Thanks for the heads up because that's the exact reason why, guys, you want to warm your emails. So I'm sending them to Chris and they're landing in the junk folder. She'll never find them. If you send them to a seller, they never see your emails.
Yeah.
You're never going to have a good business.
And
that means we need to do our personal G Suite emails too, because that email didn't come out of this system. It came directly from my Bob the Realtor.
Yeah, I have all my emails warming, including my Gmail ones. So Smarty the Realtor's got 100% reputation. That one I'm getting really good deliverability.
do the backlinks affect deliverability? The hyperlinks,
If I go back to your original domain that you're sending from, it should be fine, is my understanding.
Okay. And then Bob, regarding the switching of the listing to leads, is there any disadvantage to canceling the account I have right now? I'm really not using it.
So no, there's no reason not to cancel that account. But before you cancel it, make sure you do your profile page and you put your MLS information in the new one. So once you plug that MLS information in the new one, all your listings and all will come into the new one.
Okay.
Hey, while we're on the same topic, I know we've got other hands that keep bumping in. Smarty, when I filter, I see that I've got like 2,500 expireds in there. 300 are on the campaign. Is there a way to filter and see who is not on a campaign? I saw an area where you could select campaigns, but it didn't say.
So let me show you. That's one of the filter types. That's a really good question too, James, for everybody to know. So when you're on your contacts and you're building these filters, especially if you have people on them and not, you can type in the word work for workflow, and you could say active or finished. So you could say active, and I'm going to do expired. So what I would do is say is not expired, right? So they're not in an active expired campaign. And then I would add the other filters, and the tag is expired. So this is how you do it, guys. And James, what you're asking. So when you're doing these smart lists to figure out who goes on what, think through it, because if you already have sellers, and I'm going to do email is not empty. And if I want to, I could also say email, type in the word valid. They have another filter for valid emails, is valid. So,
and remember to put in the tag is not active as a tag, but it went active again. So you're not hitting them.
Yep. And you could say tag is not active. Good point. So that's a perfect filter right there. If you guys want to take a picture of that,
Yeah.
And
you should everybody take a
DND is
picture.
not enabled. You got is one more.
What's
What's
that?
DND is
Oh
not
yeah,
enabled.
yeah. You could also do that because that's yeah. Let's build this on the fly. So you could do DND is not enabled for email. So everybody take a picture of that. That's the perfect filter smart list that you're going to create to decide what FISBO or expired you're going to put in the FISBO or expired automation.
Yeah, where I got confused is I was looking for a filter that they have campaigns.
No, that's what it is. Oh, yes, it's called workflows. So inside of Go High Level, they call them workflows.
It had a selection. If I was looking at the filters for campaigns, I was like, wait, I'm not seeing what you showed me here. So this is awesome. Thank you.
And you want to say is not they're not on an active one, not is in an active one. So now that does the subset. So let's just say I have 400 expireds in my database, but 100 are showing they're in the automation. When I build this list, I want it to show me just the 300 people that are not in the expired automation and they have valid emails and not on D&D. And now I'm going to have the full 400 in the automation. And then what you do here, guys, is you hit save and give them a name. So now you have a smart list for everybody that meets that criteria. I have everybody in my automation. That's why mine's blank. So all my expireds are in an automation.
Right, but then once you've got that list, then you would trigger a new automation for them.
Yeah. And then when you're done with the list, you could always come over here and delete it. So I'll delete that one. So I don't have expired anymore because I put them all in the automation. And now my plus leads are dropping expireds in my database. They automatically go in the automation.
Don't you want to have a smart list though to find all your expireds?
Well, I do them on the spot. So I'll build my query that I want to decide who's going to go in what automation.
No, I mean, so
I keep a smart list.
I keep a smart list of expireds, a smart list of FISBOs, and a smart list of list pendants. So all I got to do is go up there and hit that. If I want to work list pendants, and all my list pendants are up on my screen.
All one place. That's a good point, Bob, especially with our new flipbook strategy, just to get in the morning and just say, let me see what expireds are on the list and cherry pick the ones you want to flipbook on listing to leads. Because listing to leads is you're limited to so many listings. So you want to cherry pick which ones you're going to spend the time of doing a video and send them a text and everything. So that could be, check out the houses that just came in and say, I want to target these 3 houses today and do a flip book and a special video for those expireds.
What's D&D stand for, Smarty?
Do not disturb.
So that's something you set up, or they?
No, D&D is a standard industry thing, John. So if somebody gets a text from you and you say stop, D&D is the SMS. If they get an email from you and they hit unsubscribe, they go on D&D.
Okay, so it's an automated process through the system.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you said, I think you had James's email sequence. I think it was a version 5 or something, but it looked to me like it had a bunch of those dirty words like sale, cash, all that stuff. Is that?
No, they were all cleaned up. No, all of our new emails, John, were totally rewritten.
The one you had on the screen, it said cash offer and some other stuff on it. I guess.
Well, the cash plus offer's in the body of the email, not the subject. The dirty words are in the subject, John, for deliverability.
Okay, and then what warming service are we still using now? Did we switch over to something else?
Instantly?
And you should leave it in there for like 60 days?
I pay for Instantly monthly because I have lots of emails that are being warmed, and I've had Smarty and the Realtor for now 9 months on there, and it continues to warm. So there's no reason for me to take it off, because it's my prime email. So I just let it up there to continually warm it while I'm using it.
But I mean, if you're just starting this,
but if you're just starting, You want to leave it on instantly at least 30 days, and you want to check the panel to see how many emails it went, what's your reputation. You want to wait until your reputation gets to close to 100%, if not 100%, before you consider using it.
So
Smarty, I was still having issues with my Instantly, and I talked with the Instantly chat folks, and they gave me the best answers they could. I ended up going to Chat GPT, and Chat GPT solved every single problem that I had by
Nice.
continuing to feed it information. It tracked everything down. It told me what I had to change in my records in GoDaddy and what I had to change everywhere else when I couldn't do something with Go High Level with their stuff. It said, okay, here's your workaround, what you have to do here. So, guys, I'm telling you, Chat GPT is the best technical support you will ever find when you have a problem.
Yep. And also, when you're in ChatGPT, guys, recognize that the new ChatGPTs have connection to the real world. So I use ChatGPT on my desktop. See this little, by design, it's off. When I'm doing those kind of searches, I always say, search the internet. So then I'll say, show me how to connect my Go High Level email to Instantly. And then it's going to do the research. And then you start refining what you ask it until you troubleshoot it. And then you get exactly what you need for your setup. But we do have, guys, a training in the training center on how to set up Instantly for Go High Level. So if you go into the training center, I have a step-by-step, I set up my emails, and we've done a couple breakout sessions on it as well. So you can watch some replays too. Jonathan's one of our masters on it. I don't know if he's on the Zoom here, but he took everybody through a workshop of getting Instantly set up for email warming. Tim?
Oh, I might have missed that. So we're back on with Instantly, so we can get rid of warm box?
Yeah, James. I don't know if you saw my in the community on Friday. I made a post up there for everybody saying it's back. So we're back. Setting it up. So the big thing before I head over there to you, Tim, when you're in the system, what was broken was in order to use Instantly, you need to go over to settings and emails right here, your email services. And you have to click on this dedicated domain. And what we had to do for Instantly is we had to tell Instantly which email here are we warming, right? So we have to warm an email. And it's not just the domain, it's the before the @Smarty domain. So what you're doing here is you hit the 3 dots and there's SMT settings here. You're just creating your email that you're going to warm on Instantly. So I'm using Smarty at mail.smartytherealtor.com. And that's the email that's up on Instantly getting warmed. So what was broken was this little button here that says create SMTP. When we went to save, James was getting an error message and we thought it was just James, but I found out it was everybody in the agency, everybody in the CRM. You couldn't add this extra SMTP user. So if I wanted to do info at, and then make sure you get a password that you're going to remember. Right. And then I just created a second email here, and then I'm going to log into Instantly, and I'm going to add that email on Instantly tonight after I'm done with you guys and start doing this one. Okay. So if one starts having bad deliverability, I could just swap out a warm email and continue to get to inboxes. Tim?
Hey there. So your voice sounds like you were partying a lot last night.
My voice is, I was down on Broad Street after the Super Bowl. Me and a million other friends on Broad Street.
My question, then going through the triggers and so forth, a couple of times I found that, and maybe I went too far, I don't know, but sometimes there were custom values that I didn't want to touch. But then I started checking on the custom values and saw that my domain was messed up, so I fixed those. But my real question is, since I have ProEdge cash offers, I believe somewhere along the line was a couple times, and I don't know if it was trigger links or elsewhere, but you were talking about going into iList and picking up links in there and changing things. And anyway, I don't know if that makes sense, but I was really concerned, and because I'm in ProEdge cash offers versus being someone who's directly with iList like it used to be.
Yeah, so let me show
that
you
would
real
affect
quick.
stuff.
I'll show you real quick just the fundamentals of getting iList connected here. So if you're on my iList program, you're going to see the ProEdge cash offers menu. So if you signed up for me, this is a menu that's going to take you to my iList site, right? If you're on Joe's, it'll just say get cash offers, and that'll take you to Joe's iList. So if I click on this cash offers, it opens up my site here. So this is iList. And what you're going to do is see over here on the right-hand side, and this is there's a training course, guys, in the training center. I have training on how to hook up iList to your CRM, whether it's mine or Joe's. So follow that training, and it'll have a lot more than I'm going to show you here, but I put a lot of stuff in there for just how to get the CRM talking nicely to iList. So in the email here, you hit this open, Tim, and everyone. And what you want to do is in this drop down, you want to select go high level. And then you're going to you're going to get your action links for emails. So you hit this little radio button and here's your URLs. So Tim, if you do that, here's the home value and here's the down below is where's the cash offer one?
Yeah, I think I've already done that. I think I was more concerned about, let me see if I can find it. You know what, I'll email you separately. I
This just
can't remember
disappeared, but
exactly what it
we used to have a
so this is different from custom values, right?
No. So what you do, Tim, is you copy that link and then you must come to custom values because this is what hooks up to the CRM. So in the custom values, you type in the word email just to search. Here's the email for cash offers and here's the home valuation. You're putting that link you just copied from iList right in there.
Yeah, I have those. I think what I was, you know what, let me step back. I think I'm talking about keys, not values. See, you have key right there?
Key.
See the column that says keys?
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
You don't edit these. You don't edit these. These are what comes with my system. These are the values that are there. So if you come over here, just to save you guys time, this is more of a time saver. So we had iList going on the trigger links. What you're talking about, Tim, is in the iList ones, they don't have a URL. They're just pointing to those two custom values.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so you don't have to do anything, Tim.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Make sure your two custom values have the right links in them, and you're good to go.
That's what I had to fix. I had to go back in the custom value, find those, and fix them, my domains.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then the other thing I just want to I'll audit you real quick, Tim. So you also want to make sure in the custom values, one of the other custom values that's important for iList is the domain you're using for iList. So if you type in the word domain, is that a space in there, Tim?
Yeah.
Let's learn a little bit Grave Cemetery in Catalisa.
Yeah, that's
so my
get somebody's off of mute.
So what go so the value right there, should that be my domain name?
That's your domain that's over in here. Absolutely. So this breaks.
I don't think that's
have it. So if I type in email, your domain is Tim Financial.
So that should be over there.
That should be the domain.
Should I change that Tim Financial at iList to match up with what my domain is?
It's really up to you. It's what
I mean, that's basically putting the iList. That
and you don't put the dot after your domain here because this creates the link. So what we do here, just to show everybody what we do, is I have another automation. So let me just do a subset. We'll test it real quick, Tim. So if I grab I'll just grab these two right now. I have an automation when leads come into your system. I type it right, create user. This happens anytime you load, import, My Plus Leads dumps them in. Anytime a contact comes in your system, I fire a workflow that sets the field down here under the cash offer button. This sets the URL to the home value. So we'll see if it works, Tim. If I click on this up arrow, it works.
Okay.
So everything's set up correctly with iList now, Tim. So
Okay.
they're going to get those emails. They're going to hit the buttons. They're going to come up and see their cash offers and values.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, if you ever want to change those, you just have to update the new link in the custom values and change the domain. And then what you have to do, Tim, is you have to run that automation with all 6,000 people or people with addresses so their URL gets updated.
I'll just leave it as is. Yeah.
With the new database.
Last question. Are we turning on SMS at this point?
Yeah, so I want to go over that with everybody, the SMS. So hold that thought, Tim. I'll go through a little training on what you guys have to do.
Did you get my follow-up email regarding Cloudflare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to have a separate working group with Jeff and a couple of the techies. We'll have our discussion.
Okay, good.
We'll train everybody. So next one is SMS, and then Sandy, I'm going to come back to you. So if you want to do SMS, it's real easy to do. I did not want to turn it on. Let me just step back for a second. So before version 5, before we had the new gauntlet drop down on us to say on January 27th, it's illegal to text people if they're not opted in. So there was all this regulation hitting the industry. In version 4 and earlier, all last year, I had SMS as part of all my automations. So in version 2 and 3, for example, my seller automations would have, in day 1, they get a text, and then 2 hours later, they get an email, and then they get a text and an email 5 days later. So it was intermixing texts and emails in all the automations because you could do that and go high level. Then we started having people get blocked for SMS because they got high opt-out rates. So they had sellers that are in the automation and it was still forcing text going out even though they couldn't get text out. So it was like a vicious circle. So in version 4, which came out last summer, I ripped out all the SMS into their own automations. So I call the SMS from the main automation. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. The benefit of that is if you ever get blocked, you simply have to turn off the SMS one. The seller's still going to get emails. Okay. So that was my design regarding SMS, is to separate them. So when version 5 came out, I was planning on the lockdown, no more texting. So I redesigned all the automations. I only delivered the email campaigns to you. I got rid of all the SMS out of the system so we were all compliant. And then we found out that the court hearing threw it out the window and we could still text. So in everybody's account, I put the SMS automations back in your account, but I left them in draft mode and I didn't hook them up because you're going to have to decide yourself, do you want to use these text campaigns for cold audiences? Okay. In 2024, I can't tell you how many of you, Campbell's a case of this, where your phone gets blocked by the carrier.
Thanks for reminding me, pal.
Right? So, 100 expireds come in from My Plus Leads. You're sending out 100 text messages, and 80 of those expireds tell you to F off and stop, and they don't want to hear from you, right? You have an 80% opt-out rate out of 100. Your phone's going to get blocked in a nanosecond, and then you won't be able to use texting for Campbell was like 2 months, right? Because you have to go through all these appeals and all this BS, right? So
it's been longer than that for me.
Yeah, Dana's had the same thing. So A lot of us, Dana, everybody, like I was blocked for a month, and everybody's just, you go through that when you do cold SMS marketing, right? And the carriers are getting really strict, and that's all the regulations that are going on. They
I'm
have
happy
very
to
strict
happy to
guidelines.
stop the cold SMS marketing.
Yep. So I
If you want a phone
decided
number now.
myself, I'm not doing cold SMS marketing anymore. I'm doing deliberate marketing, okay, with SMS. So what I mean by that is if you look at my database of contacts, I have a right here, a smart list called checked offers and values, which I showed everybody how to build that. When I click on this, oh, let me refresh the mouse. These are the people I'm most interested in talking to. So those people that check their home offers and values, I want to text them, right? So I have 900 over here, 900 sellers that check the value of their house. So there's an automation that we could turn on that communicate to this type of people. So the seller took the action of A, opening your email, and B, clicking a button in your email to get their value in cash. So I think it's very appropriate for us to send a quick text message to them saying, hey, did you have any questions about the offer of your house and the cash that we presented? Right? So because they deliberately took the action from an email, I want to turn those text campaigns on so the system will automatically send them a text for me. As it relates to everybody else, as we talked about in our training, we're going to be using the Listening to Leads flipbook. So when a FSBO and expired comes in, I'm going to cherry pick those that I want to focus on. I'm going to put that house on Listening to Leads. I'm going to get the flipbook. I'm then going to open up Dub. I'm going to shoot a short video for the homeowner. I'm going to include their flipbook in that video, along with a playlist of how great we are as AI certified agents with some examples. And then I'm going to text that FSBO or expired with a Dub video, giving them the flipbook. So that's going to be the new mode of texting. So if I come over here to automations and I come into the folder, and let's come down to sellers. If I hit up at the top, I type in SMS in the filter. There are 5 SMS campaigns that are in your folder after V5 came out. So I redid all the V5's SMS campaigns and put them in your account. You'll notice that they are in draft mode. Okay, so the first one's the cash offer. Second one is check website SMS. Third one is FSBO. Fourth is pre-foreclosure. And the fifth one is sheriff sale. Okay, so let's say that I'll go the first case. If you guys want to still do cold SMS marketing, I'm going to show you how to do it now, but I'm going to turn it off for me. So first thing I need to do is I need to decide which one I'm going to turn on. I'm going to come over to the 3 dots and I'm going to say publish. Okay, so now I've turned it on. So the SMSs will go out for cash offers. But now I need to decide where am I going to launch this from. So when I go back and I go into sellers, if I come into let's just say I come into the motivated sellers campaign, right here, motivated sellers. Let's say this is the group of sellers I want to get the cash offer text. I'm going to open this one up. And at the very top, you go here or here. I'm going to hit the plus sign. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to type in the word workflow again. And I'm going to click add to workflow. And I'm going to search for SMS. And I'm going to put them into the SMS campaign. Okay, and then I like to label everything. So in the name, I'm going to say add to SMS. So now when a tax lien, a withdrawn, a code violation, a canceled listing or whatever, or a tax here, when that seller comes in my system, they're going to be put on the motivated seller campaign to get emails. But the first step, it says also put them on the text campaign, so they'll start getting text messages about cash offers. Does anybody have any questions on that?
Is there a reason you don't include canceled?
Cancels are there. Is that what you're asking, Rory?
They're on this one. They were not on the seller theme.
No, they're not on the seller theme.
I don't see expireds. Is expireds on there?
No, expireds on there because expireds have their own campaign.
Got it.
So if I want to also get text messages out to expireds, so now you just have to decide if I want to do SMS automatically, you turn on the automation. So I turned on SMS, and then I'm going to decide which one of these sellers do I want those texts to go out. So if I also want the expireds to get it, I'm going to click on expireds, and I'm going to add the SMS to that as well. Okay, right now I just put it on motivated sellers to get the text. So here it is, Sandy, right here, expired. So again, I'm going to open up this. At the very top, I'm going to hit the plus button. I'm going to come over and search for workflow, and I'm going to click add to workflow task. And I'm going to find that cash offer SMS and hit save.
Hey, Smarty, in mind, when I go into the actual text messages, you hadn't chosen the text template is not added in each of the texts.
Let's take a look. Let's take a quick look at that. Let me get rid of that because I don't want my motivated sellers. I don't want to do texting, so I'm going to get rid of that. This is a very complicated workflow, by the way, guys, because the chat bot was doing all of our work here. So I'm seeing them here. They should be attached.
Yeah, for some reason in mine they're not, but I can always go just add them in there.
Yeah, who's saying that?
It's me, Tom.
Oh, Tom.
The Swallow Realty Group, SOI. SOI.
There we go. I'll be damned. Is that, let me see if it's somebody else there, because this is a snapshot issue sometimes with Go High Level when I insert things. Let me look at it.
Mine was like that. Mine was like that too.
Was yours like that too?
Yeah, I fixed it, but yeah.
Yeah, because yes, I imported into Smarty too. But to fix it, Tom, just to get it fixed, to get launched here, if I open this up, you just want to go through and check your SMSs going out. And you just walk down the tree for each SMS. I label it which one it is. This is offer one. So if I come over here to do cash offer one and then hit save. So it won't take you long, Tom, to fix it up. You go down to offer two, just fix that. Type in cash number two and hit save. And then when you're done, you hit save and publish.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up because I wasn't sure if everybody.
Sometimes that's a Go High Level. They're making a lot of improvements, but they still have these idiosyncrasies of their snapshots. When I import stuff, sometimes things don't get connected right. In the automations and stuff, it loses its connection.
Hey, Marty, when I go in to fix mine, cash offer SMS 1 has the old one in there that says I have a cash buyer.
Did you not get the new ones?
Well, there's two snippets here. There's one that says Well, maybe it's the one that, nope, they're both the same. It looks, there's two snippets. One that says not using. So it looks like possibly when mine was updated.
Yeah, I wonder if you have this one. Yeah, this is the one that has cache.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, make sure if there's more than one, look at both of them, guys. And like for text one, make sure you don't pick the one any ones that have cache in them because that's a bad one.
Mine's blank, so I should check something in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smarty, he's got a ton in mine. I got a bunch that are labeled cash offer. And then if I go and put in, if I scroll down, I have ProEdge cash offer, and they look right, but I've got like 3 number 1s, 6 number 2s.
Yeah, where Bob's looking here, guys, if you go to marketing, and they're called snippets right here, this is where you have all those email snippets. So I have, if I type in the word cache, this is where I was seeing 2 number 1s. And you could hit the 3 dots to see what it says. So this is a bad one.
So we got to clean the snippets first and then go clean the workflow.
Yeah, I would just review, because this is at your own leisure, guys, because like I'm not going to use any of these. So if you want to use SMS, like the cash offer SMS campaigns and do cold email marketing and attach it, that's up to you. What I would suggest you do is, come in here first in snippets and just clean them up. Like make sure you only have one, look at them. And by the way, there's an add snippet. You can make your own. So you can come in here and you just say add snippet and you can say, hey, and then there's a little tag. Hey, first name. Let's talk or whatever. And it shows you what it looks like over here. You could do a test to your own phone. There's testing. This is a really powerful part of the system. So you could either build your own, but I'd suggest, like Bob said, go through the snippets that are going out for cache. Just clean them up. Make sure they're the way you want them. The words are right. Use ChatGPT to rewrite them if you want to rewrite them. And then go in the automations that you're going to use them in, just update those in the automation so the right message are going out the way you want to see them.
How do they go from snippet to automation?
That's what we just showed, Sandy. So you have snippets, and then in the automations, you go into the automation folder to the SMS one here. And you just walk down the tree.
So if you created a new snippet, how does it get into that tree?
Watch, that's what I'm showing. So you look for the first SMS, which is right here. Over on the right, there is a template section. These are the snippets. So if I had a Sandy, I'd type Sandy in front of everyone.
Oh, so it'll go on that drop down list if I create one. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you just pick it and you're good.
And then the other question I had that I've had my hand up forever is for the workflow. I have a buyer nurture workflow. You're telling me when I emailed you that I have to actually create a video of some sort for the buyer's workflow. Are you telling me for the 6 months that I've been with you and that all my buyers have been on that buyer nurture, there's been nothing going on?
No.
So did it change and now I have to create my own?
Nothing changed. Let me explain what I was mentioning there, Sandy. So in the buyer campaigns, Bob introduced 14 new pages for your website. Okay. So there's personalized shopping, download the app. Your offer's accepted. Now what? Right? These are your pages on your website. Those pages map to individual trigger links. So when you have, let me just show you all the mechanics here. So if I go to my sites, we go to Smarty. So in your website, we now have a very robust website with mine's up to 47 pages. Okay. So if I come down here, for example, one of the pages for the buyers is just listed homes. We have another page, price reduced homes. Another one that's personalized home search. First time buyers page, making an offer page. Okay. So this is a page on your website. So if you look up in my URL, it's my website, Smarty the Realtor / making an offer. So I copy that URL and I come back over here. This is where I said to everybody, you should have 2 tabs open. So I'm going to have 2 CRMs open, 1 and 2.
Right, that's what I told you. When I went to the buyer nurture, there's nothing there to
Yep.
copy and put over.
And then hang on, Sandy, just follow what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do now is on this one, I'm coming over and I'm going to go to the trigger links and I just start searching for the trigger link based on the page. So if I type in offer, making an
buyer nurture.
Making an offer is right here. And you see how I pasted the URL for that page right there. So what we said in the cheat sheet, one of the things Sandy said to me in an email, she goes, Smarty, I don't know what URL to put in for the buying process.
Right.
So if you look at my cheat sheet for that trigger link, I said this one needs a dub video where you explain the buyer process to your buyer.
Right. I understand that. So I'll have to go through and do that.
So
but the buyer nurture one is the one
there's only a couple, guys. You have a 40-some page website. Most of the trigger links are going to go to one of your pages. That
I
will
was
have a video
concerned
on
about the buyer nurture. There was, oh yeah, that's right. One was the buyer process and the other one was the seller's resources. Okay.
the
So I have
seller
to
resources. They're the only 2 that basically said you need to have a video.
Okay.
Okay. So ultimately we should have a page, but we don't have a page for those. So Bob just shot a dub video for those. So it opens
Get
up
our own
him
thing.
talking
Okay.
about the buying process, right? So you'll just put the dub URL in the URL for that one.
But as far as the buyer nurture program, is there something in there already if I don't want to add that additional page?
So that's where you want to edit your buyer nurture emails, Sandy. And just so you know what's going out.
Okay, I'll check it out.
And then in those emails, one email maybe sending them to talking about making an offer. And that's the nature of the email.
Okay.
And there's a button that's going to go to the making an offer page. And then another email might go out and say, I have a great mobile shopping app. You want to download it? Click here. And then it takes them to the download the app page. But then there's going to be another one that says, hey, understanding the buying process is really important. Click here to understand the buying process.
I gotta go through those emails. Okay.
Yeah,
So my question is, how do
if you don't want to talk about the buying process in a video, you just want to skip that one. What you should do is find which one it is in the buyer nurture. So you come over here, you're just going to read all the emails and know what's going out in these. There's 10 of them. Okay. Read each one. And like email 7, if you look, just read it, right? Like this is all about price reductions. And this button here is going to the price reductions trigger link. So when they read the email about I just created a list of just reduced homes for buyers who are searching for deals, right? We've narrowed down the list, click below for the search.
So if you don't have that yet, you don't have your search created, you don't have your IDX connected. I mean, how do you turn off that one email?
So what we said, Sandy, is I don't have any of my buyers on any campaigns right now until I start building out my web pages.
So how do I turn them all off? Because I have them all on 3 campaigns that are obviously not working.
Yeah, so you just come to automations and you pause the campaigns. So you come over here and you go draft.
Okay, so just go one by one and draft them all.
Draft them all. And
okay.
Then, yep. So that's why it's important, guys. Spend a little time getting your trigger links in your website the way you want it. And then you can put people on. The seller ones are the easy ones. So anybody's doing seller marketing, 90% of my marketing is to sellers. So I don't care about the buyers right now. It's the sellers. So I got all my seller pages the way they wanted. and the sellers are mostly pointing to the cash offer, cash plus, value on Joe's site. So I just made sure my trigger links are set up for Joe. So when they get those emails and the schedule call, because some of those seller ones will say schedule time on my phone on the call. So I really only had to get 3 trigger links basically set up for the sellers, and I could do seller marketing. And then I put all my sellers on campaigns. Now I'm working with Buying Buddy, and I'm starting to get my website, because most of the emails that Bob put together go to either the just listed or just reduced. I only have 2 web pages to get set up, not the 14. I don't have to overwhelm myself with 14 pages. I'm just going to make sure that my just listed and my just reduced pages have homes on them, so when they get there, they can shop. So that's the strategy you guys should do. So get your sellers done first, then move the buyers. And on the buyers, say, I must get the seller, the just listed and just reduced pages the way I want them. And then you can turn on the buyer nurtures. Does that make sense, everyone? Then you can start adding the other pages.
But prior to this, the last 6 months prior to V5, didn't we have them on some kind of a system? They were automatically getting, the buyers were getting something?
Yeah, the only thing the buyers are getting before Sandy was nothing about shopping for home.
Right, which I don't care.
It was just educating them on the home buying process.
Well, where did that one go?
They're gone. They're gone.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because now we're getting more engagement, Sandy, because you get an email that says, let me see the deal. Let me see.
I don't have time to set that up right now. It's the problem. So all my buyers coming in, I got about 100 buyers that just came in last week.
Andy, let me just tell you something, that once you get Buying Buddy connected, setting up the just listed and just reduced pages is about a 10-minute exercise.
And then I've got to do the buying prices video. And then
No, you just missed what I said. 90% of the emails have just buttons to say, here's the list of homes, here's the just reduced homes. Just get those 2 pages set up. Forget about all the others for now.
Somebody can ask a couple of questions.
Just those 2 pages. And they take like 10 minutes each, just get set up. You don't have to spend a lot of time. Call it a half hour, even if it's an hour. Now you have a beautiful page to send to somebody with just listed homes and another beautiful page to send to somebody with just reduced homes. You can start sending them to buyers left and right. You can send them text messages, Sandy, with your URL. Then I'll turn on the buyer nurture. Who else has hands? Tim, go back to Tim.
Yeah, just a quick one. It's more of a marketing thing. I just had a seller lead come in from listening to leads, and it's going through the system. And so I would assume that would be something I should still pick up a phone and call, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I reach out to a lot of sellers. When I see them engaging, especially the ones engaging, I'm reaching out and putting an outbound call to them.
Yeah, they engage in listing the leads through Facebook, which is where the lead came from. They haven't, and now they're in ProEdge, but they haven't responded there yet.
Yeah.
But I should still call, right?
I would definitely reach out.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I have my hand up still.
Go ahead, Campbell. You're next.
Okay, 2 things. One on the website, web pages, and one about the email. I'll show you this real quick. Let me share.
Stop sharing.
I was doing the stuff that you were talking about with the instantly. I'm trying to get it to warm this email extension, but it will not recognize Campbell at mail1@teamhaygetsitsold.com. What's wrong? I put in the IMAP correctly in the IMAP port.
Which password did you use?
I created a password for it.
I don't think that port is the right number. If you go to the
go to the CRM, it tells you what port to put in.
Yeah.
Go to the CRM. Okay.
Go to settings.
Had it open somewhere here. Right here. Okay. Port 587 or 465.
Yep.
Let's try that.
As he's doing that, Smarty, I've been trying to do this and it keeps timing out. It won't go all the way through.
Nope.
Yeah.
Doesn't like that at all.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is Jonathan's on the phone right now, but I'm going to ask Jonathan if we could just carve out an hour this week just to have another instantly little jam workshop and everybody just gets
That's fine.
for all.
Second thing, Smarty, is when I am doing website work, let me show you. Hop in here because I know this will be quick for you to fix. Websites, which templates. And let's just go into any one, doesn't matter. I've got 40 pages, but when you go here to your pages, the others are not showing. How do I get them added over here?
There, where did you click? You navigate the pages in the middle, not there. Don't click on that. Go in the middle.
Okay.
See where it says home page? Click on that.
Yeah.
Then
See, it's not show any of the other pages.
Oh, well, scroll down. They're there. They're just, you have to scroll.
Ah, they're hiding.
Yeah,
Got
just do it
it.
all at once. You just have to scroll and find them.
Okay. And do we have a way of changing where these click to up here?
Yep. Yeah, click on the menu. On the right-hand side in the editor, go down below. Right there's the menu.
Okay.
There's a little pencil.
So that determines which page it goes to. Okay. Thanks, sir.
Yep. And you can add menus. You can change menus.
When will we be able to have
like,
drop-down menus up here?
You can add drop-down. You could do that right now. So if you
Show me how.
Yeah, if you hit add menu.
Add item here.
Yep. Give it a name.
Let's just call it selling options. Sellers. Let's put it there.
And then you either go into a URL or a page. So we go to
Okay, how do I make it a drop-down menu so people can choose?
So we'll do it. Go ahead. Click page.
Choose a page.
And then pick the page you want to send them to.
Okay, let's just say rent own because that's a seller option.
Yep. And then save, submit. Okay. So now you have that on your page. See, it has those little icons next to it, next to the word seller.
Right there.
You can move it around. So you can move these around any way you want them appear.
Okay.
And you could also move it, indent it, and then it'll make it a sub menu. So if you like put it under the about, like go put it under the about.
Okay, put it under the about.
But indent
so
it.
now it's indented, so it's going to show there. If
Yep.
I pull it back here, it's there. So that's how you make it below it. When you move it, okay, got it.
Right. So you just move it in. So now hit save. Let's just see how it works. So go down and put it under.
Okay. Okay, let me grab it.
And then you drop it with a little
and hit save.
And then publish.
And then click about. There we go. Okay. Thanks, sir.
Now you have a sub menu.
Now I know how to do it.
Yep. And then we also have a feature which is called mega menu, which is another PhD level. That's where we're going to get more sophisticated with our menus.
And you're going to do a video class on that, I assume?
Bob's starting to shape out the mega menu, so we'll probably cover that on one of the Mondays.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
We'll do a training video. Rory?
Can you show me how to locate the sellers that have checked their value in my system or in a
So
system?
everybody should have this smart list. So everybody should just go to contacts. Do
show your screen.
Do more. No, I'm gonna have you do it. You drive because you don't want me to do it. You got to do it. So you go to contacts.
I don't have it on this computer.
More filters. Who wants to drive? Tim, James.
I've already got it, but I can do it again.
Yeah,
I'll drive. I haven't done it.
you haven't done it. So whoever doesn't, yeah. Sue, let's have you do it. So you'll do it.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Yep. So anytime you're working with contacts, your favorite button is more filters. And what we do for people that check their website is we have a tag that's called check website. So you're going to search for tag equals, do tag, and then is, and then type in the word checked. checked website,
Oh,
and then hit save, and then create a smart list.
that's it?
Yep. And then you can say seller checked website or whatever you want to call it.
Smarty, you told us before to add the or. It's tagged as hot seller.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting with the basics, and I'm gonna do the next one, Campbell. So hold the thought. So this list that Sue just created. She has 11 sellers that went up to Joe's website and got their values. So Sue, you better take out your iPhone or your Android and start calling these sellers. Say, hey, you're up on my website. What did you think? Right?
Oh, look at how long ago too. Oh my.
Yep. So this is a valuable list, guys. They took the initiative. You sent them an email. They took the initiative of opening it and clicking the button to look at their values. This should be your hot list of people you call.
Okay.
Now, what Campbell just said, I have other automations that check. They get a tag that's called checked website for the first time they do it. But I have sellers that check their website 4, 5, 6 times and keep going up looking at their values, right? So in the system, if you hit more filters, Sue, and everyone, you could say or, see the or? You can go down to tag. And what you're looking for is the word hot. And it's called hot seller lead. There it is. So now you click apply, hit save on the smart list. And then you can close that window. There's a little X. So you have the same 11 people, but nobody checked it twice. But so if they check it more than once, I just tag them with another tag that's called hot seller lead, right? Because they're inquisitive about their offers and values. So these are definitely the people you want to engage with. Make sense, Rory?
Yes, it does. If I go over to Joe's site, I have more than what I have in your site. I think it's because we were doing that transfer thing last week.
Oh yeah, you will, because if they were over on Joe's for a while. Mine is only, since you're in mine, when they're getting those emails we're sending with the button that go up, that's what tags them.
Is there any way to recover?
It's not always going to be one-to-one.
Is there any way just to export all of those out?
Yeah, you can export Joe's, and I think you can export Joe's. I haven't done it myself, but I think you probably can. I'll check with Joe if it's not apparent.
I can get to all of them in the visitors section of his back end, but that's about the only place, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're all there either.
I'll check with Joe to figure out an easiest way to bring them all back in so we can synchronize and get them on campaigns.
Okay. Did you talk to Go High Level about our other issue?
Oh yeah. They can't recover that page, so we just have to rebuild it.
Okay.
I'll help you rebuild it. There's a lot of
that's okay. I can do it.
Yep.
All right.
Francine?
On mute. So when you just said check the get offers and it should say ProEdge, mine still says get offers.
Yeah. So I don't have my full list yet. Did you move over to my system yet?
They were supposed to move me over like 2 months ago.
Have you logged in
to your system or the old one? Yeah, it's not in yours. I just sent you a screenshot.
Yeah. Let me look real quick.
So under ProEdge Community, I have IDX Broker and Get Cash Offers and then listing to leads. I don't have the easy offers and I don't have Get Cash Offers.
Look here. Refresh your screen. You should have it now.
Okay.
And then we just have to update the links, guys, for or Francine, for your new URL.
Okay, I see it.
There's a short video in the training center that talks about how to connect iList with the CRM. If you just follow that, you just grab a couple links, update 2 custom values, and then a couple website links, and you're good.
Okay.
That should be good. James?
This may just require a separate call. When we switch from iList, it's using an old domain that I want to get away from. It's not using my new James Brown Real Estate. Want to get that switched over. And then I had some kind of specific questions about some trigger links and pages. Can we just do that separately?
Yeah, well, let's do the trigger links because that applies to everybody.
Okay.
And then the domain, you and I can do it all one off to switch that out.
Okay. Let's see. We'll just go through here. So I've got your trigger link spreadsheet pulled up. The posting on the marketplace trigger link.
Yeah, so that one is just a dub video. It's a training that you do for FSBOs if you want to teach them how to put a house on the marketplace.
You gotta. Okay, so there's
there's not a page for that.
Okay, so there's training in the community for that.
But what everybody should be looking at is
that in a post office box?
Look at my cheat sheet for trigger links because I
With that box I just brought in?
Every trigger link, and I have commentary next to it. Like this is what should go in the trigger link, whether it's a dub video or your website or whatever. Because some of them we have pages for, but some are just dub videos.
So if you don't have a desire to do that, then you just ignore that. You don't have the
Ignore it, or like if I'm not going to do a marketplace one, well, what I would do is I'd go through. If I'm going to market the FSBOs, everybody should go through the 14 FSBO emails and read what they say. And if this one says, "Let me teach you about the trigger link or the marketplace," rewrite it to say something else and call it a day.
Okay.
Yeah, for as your marketing guys, you should know what like Sandy, you always say that to me, like, I wish I could say this instead of this, right? So if you're marketing to FSBOs, there's only 14 emails for FSBOs. It won't take any time to read them. And then you just read each one. You have to read them anyway because you have to fix the button. So while you have it open, if you want to remove the logo, change some of the words, and then you open that one, Sandy, and you go, you know what? That's talking about the marketplace. I don't want to do marketplace. Let me put something else in that spot. So you just rewrite that little email to do something different. And then that way you don't have to do a video on the marketplace. Jeff? I'll come back to you, Steve.
More of a general question on pixels and tagging on a website. Is for when they land on Joe's website and we've sent them over to the ProEdge offers, is there anywhere to put like a pixel or a tracking code on that for the landing page?
Oh, absolutely. Yep. So let me show you. Yeah, I'm looking for it real quick to show you guys. Go.
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
Oh yeah, so let me share my screen. So when you go into iList, whether it's mine or Joe's, it doesn't matter which one. When you're in iList, you come up to settings up here on the right, and down below here you have footer and tracking code.
Okay.
So this is where you put your Facebook and your Google tracking right here.
Okay, perfect. That's what I couldn't find.
Yeah. So just go under settings and then you'll see that section on the menu.
And kind of a segue later on, I can teach everybody. Google display ads, I've got them running. And actually the first thing I learned is turn off apps on phones so you don't show up on barrel of fish dating sites. So, but I had 7,000 impressions for less than $10.
Wow.
And 181 visitors to my Lofty site. So, but you got to get to 1,000 clicks to your website tracked, and then you can do the display retargeting on Google.
That's good. Yeah, we're going to start doing some advanced stuff later this year, guys. We'll get Jeff to dial us all in on the Google stuff. That's more advanced stuff but once we start getting traffic to our web pages and we get all that, the quantities and stuff, there's some really advanced stuff we could do on retargeting.
Yeah, Facebook's next on my list, but a lot of it's making the graphics. And I can post the best 3 sizes in the community.
Yeah.
To start with.
It's perfect.
Thanks.
Steve.
Hey, Smarty, I'm going to go back to contacts, and I sent you an email before. I've been doing it about 3 weeks now, and I haven't gotten any conversations. No one's replied.
Oh, so emails do not show up in conversations. So in the email services, you identify where do replies go, and you want to land it back in your inbox on your regular Gmail account. So like I get them right on my iPhone. When a seller replies to my email, I want it right in my inbox on my phone so I could talk to them now because it landed right they're replying back to my email inbox. Now, what you're
I wouldn't see them
is a lot of those sellers, they don't reply, but they click the button to go see their home values. So the first thing you want to do if you're sending emails out, Steve, is you want to do that smart list on the checked website sellers and find out, did anybody click that button since you sent out those emails?
Okay.
Okay. And those are the people you care about. They don't have to
I haven't seen any. I thought they showed up on that.
Yeah, not on the conversations. Yeah.
I probably have people looking, but I have no idea.
Yeah. So everybody should have the smart list on the check website tag and what sellers are getting your emails and checking their home values.
Okay. Does that tag start a workflow?
What's that?
Does that tag start a workflow?
No, the workflow sets the tag.
Okay.
So anytime somebody clicks a button for a cash offer value, I tag them check website or hot seller based on how many times they did it. And then you have a smart list as your call list to reach out to them.
The reason I'm asking is I've got 265 over on Joe's website. So I was just going to tag them one by one as I go through them.
Yeah. We can bring them in. Let's talk, Roy, on that on a strategy because I have a bunch over there too. I want to merge over there. So we come up with a different strategy of how we reach out to them.
They're all in that customer list.
let me just this is one, going back on the text conversation, guys. This is one that everybody should turn on. So if you go to automations and you go to sellers down here, this is a key one right here. Everybody should turn on for SMS. It's called Check Website SMS Campaign. Make sure you hit publish. So it's on. But then what we have to do is just make sure it's set right because some of these imports didn't come in right. So when I come in here, you're just going to go down and look at that text that goes out, which is text number 1. And this isn't set right. So I got to pick it. So this is where we said a minute ago, everybody should check their snippets and decide, get rid of the one you don't want, keep the one you want. Like this is a good one. Are you still looking for someone to purchase your home at 123 Main Street? Boom. Now I also have in the snippet.
Smarty, is there a way for us to search to find the right snippet? How are you determining that for them?
Oh, only because everybody should go to the snippet library and get to know what snippets are in your system. And then you know which ones you're going to be using. Get rid of the ones you don't want, Campbell, and then use them. I use them so much. I know all my snippet names.
But I'm saying when you're doing this for the people who check the website, which category of snippets label wise? Because I know you've got them labeled.
Yeah. So for the check website, if I type in the word check, these are the ones that are primarily seller check website once, seller check website twice. Right. So here Smarty here. Exciting news about your home value on our website. Check your inbox, right? So these are the ones that I would probably use. Good to see you back on my website. Check your inbox for more details. Let's chat. So if you type in the snippet text, and that's where everybody should just get to know what texts are going out and make them your own, right? If you don't like what they say, these are your texts. Type in the word check.
We need a check website for the buyer side.
Yeah. I think we have them now, Bob. Let me just see. Yeah, we have open house checks, but we didn't do any for the buyer side. You're right, Bob. We need to add some of those.
But when I'm in there, it's gray. You can't do anything from here, right?
No, you can. See the three dots, Sandy? You hit the three dots, you hit edit, and now you can edit them.
No, I'm in the check your website campaign. Because I went to email number 1, and then it says value 1, and then template I did ProEdge cash offer text number 1 snippet, and I'm looking at it, and I can't click on it and edit it or anything.
Let's see. Let's see. So I'm doing the same as you. So I opened up the check website. I scrolled.
I scrolled down. I went there to the green as SMS.
Right.
And then where it says
here,
templates, I did the drop down menu.
This is here, and then I pick.
And I'm in cash offer text 1 HTML snippet.
Yep. Like that.
See, it's gray in there. How do you change?
No, you don't change the text. Well, you don't use a template if you just want to change it.
Oh, I thought you said check the template to see what it was.
No. What I said, Sandy, is first, everybody should just get familiar with your snippets in your system. So you go to marketing snippet. This is outside the automations.
That's where you edit it. And then when you go
where you edit
now, I
them.
pick the appropriate one to put in.
Yeah, this is where you either edit them or you, if you don't like any of mine, you could delete them all and just create your 10 snippets that you create, Sandy, 1 through 10.
Sure.
Right? You give them names. You'll know the names because you're your text. And then you go into the automations. Just, all right, text number 1, I'm going to use Sandy number 1. Text number 2, I'm going to use Sandy number 2. So,
Marty, when I look, there's like 96 or 97 snippets in there.
Yeah, there's 11 pages.
I've got 9 on mine.
Yeah. So, but they are broken down by category. If you just see some of the names, right? If I'm not doing investor ones, I don't really need to do investors. So only do the ones that are important to you. Like, so if I'm doing FSBO marketing, I'm definitely going to look at the FSBO text messages that are going to go out in those FSBO text campaigns. So when I click on them, it's less than 10. It's 2, 4, 6, 8. There are actually 10 altogether.
So once you pass the snippet stage, you go to this where we just were, which is the workflows. And then when you go to templates, whatever I put in there is template and save. That's what's going to be activated.
That's what's going to go out. Correct.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
So right now I'll put it to none because I haven't done anything, but at least I understand. Okay.
Does that make sense, guys? So, look at your snippets. You like them, you don't like them. John, you want to rewrite them, John? Use ChatGPT and rewrite some text. Just use the ones that are there and just rewrite them. You hit edit, and then you can rewrite all this. You'll notice in the snippets, we have to have the opt-out message, so they're custom values. So when we built these, this was last year we built all these. I made custom values so you guys could decide what you put in the opt-out message. And you only have to do it in one place and every snippet uses it. So if you look at my custom values, right? That's what I have it say at the end of every snippet. If you prefer a phone call instead of a text, reply stop. So all my snippets get that at the bottom. All right. Who else? Question wise, anybody else? Campbell, you still have your hand up?
Smarty, I do. Just realized that since I updated what you told us to with my plus leads to the new sync, I haven't gotten any leads since January the 31st. And I just went in to try to fix that and manually push it, and it's failing every time.
When you say manually push it, sending the email out?
Syncing the leads. I've not had a single lead from my plus leads come in since January the 31st. At that
Oh, I
time
see what you're
frame, you
saying.
told us
Yeah,
to.
so we found out somebody this week. There's a new list go high level connector in My Plus Leads. There's two of them up there. I think Steve, you were having the problem, right? I think Steve.
Yeah, it was
same
mine.
problem.
It was mine, and you have to use the old one. Don't
You
use
have
the
to
new
use the old one. So Campbell, go into My Plus Leads in the integration, delete the
I just
integration
deleted the
tab,
old.
and then do the old.
No, don't delete the old one.
The old one is what you need,
You need to use the
not
old
the
one.
new one.
Okay, I just put in the API key. Is active and sync all leads, correct?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's something I need to do too then. I moved over. Am I not getting mine either and don't?
Well, it's not so much moving over to me. It has nothing to do with me. In listing the lead or in my plus leads, they introduced a new CRM for Go High Level connector. It's called Go High Level New or something. And some of us use that. We put the API in that one instead of the old one. And like Steve wasn't getting any leads in. And then as soon as he did the old one, they all started coming in. So we found out from My Plus Leads that they said, don't use the new one, just use the old one.
Didn't even know.
So more than likely, Sandy, you're okay. If you go into your contacts and you see FISBOs and sellers coming in your contact list in the CRM, you have nothing to worry about.
Okay, I'll check.
If you go into contacts and your last expired was 3 weeks ago, then you're like, ah, shit, I got to go into My Plus Leads and check the connection.
Okay.
That's the one thing with mine, Smarty. I'm not getting any FISBOs, but there may not be any. So
There may
I don't
not
know.
be any. The
Yeah.
nice thing about My Plus Leads is you can see what came in on the first dashboard. So on the home page of My Plus Leads, it'll show me there's 1 FISBO, 0 FISBOs, 2 expireds today. So it shows you every day how many leads you should have in your CRM in the My Plus Leads world.
Are you going to have your meeting tomorrow with those people?
Which people? Oh,
The
yeah,
leads.
yeah. My team in India. Yeah, we have a call at 11 a.m. Supposed to be seeing the API, Jonathan. So I hope the API is working. Get that seller in. John.
Hey, so I know I asked this question a couple times already in the last couple of weeks, but can we use Facebook custom audience until the end of April or something? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So if I have a list of expireds from the last 2 years, I could just run a Facebook ad and then run it to the cash offer page on my thing.
Sure.
And I think I switched yours, but I don't know if did you tell me to switch to tell Joe to cancel or not?
So when you switch, Joe should, when he moves it, he cancels it, but double check with Joe because sometimes he forgets or, the team didn't cancel it. So just double check with Joe when you switch over. But he's supposed to, when he makes the transfer, our SOP or standard operating procedure is he migrates the version over and then he cancels the subscription. But a couple people got double billed.
So
he'll refund you.
We need to do the email warming. What if you don't have that set up and you're not going to do the cold texting, what else is left?
Postcards.
Okay.
Campbell, do you have another question? All right, guys, is there anything else? Oh, the last thing I'll just show, the other thing that was on the list, this is an easy one. We said we're going to talk about the IVR. So real quick, it's real easy to set up. There's a training in the training course. If you go to automations in the V5 folder, come to the standard operating procedure right here, operating automations. You will see an IVR right here. So there's an IVR button or workflow. At the very top, what you have to do is you have to pick your phone number right here. Now I'm in the process of moving some phone numbers, so mine are all taken. But when you hit this drop down, you're going to pick your smart numbers phone number. That's what starts the IVR. So if a seller calls this number, this automation is going to turn on and do what you tell it to do. So when you come in here, you could have a message. Hello, you've reached Smarty the Realtor. Press 1 to talk to Smarty, right? You could have a text message go back. They could when they call the number, the voice will say this.
Have you tested this? Because Smarty the Realtor, as one word, does it pronunciate it right?
So yeah, so I'm still playing with that. Mine's in draft right now, so I haven't really turned it on prime time yet, Jonathan. But yeah, you definitely got to test it. And down below, there's in the triggers, you could actually put yourself in the test up here. You could run a test and try it out. Call your smart number and see how it sounds.
Is this conversational or no?
No, it's not conversational. This is an IVR. So this is for inbound, Sandy. So if somebody calls your number, Sandy, your smart number, when you set up your smart number, you said ring my cell phone, right? So if you guys don't, for those that are newer guys, you may not know this, but when you come over to your phones, everybody should check this in your CRM under phone numbers. Now I'm not going to be able to check because I don't have any numbers here. Let me go to Jeff.
Here, I can share a screen if you want.
Yeah, why don't we share a screen, Jeff?
Because I've got it up.
Yeah, he's been running it. So first, I want you to go to your settings phone number and show them the settings you have on your phone number itself, and then we'll go to the IVR. So go to settings first. So for your phone number in the CRM, you could tell the system when somebody dials this number, this is my iPhone. I want my phone to ring. Okay. So you set it up so when they call your smart number, your telephone rings on your iPhone or Android or whatever device you have in your hand. Right. That's what I want to happen. So I get sellers call me all day long. Right.
You want the settings?
So you go to settings. No, not here. Go get out of workflow. You go to settings on the menu and go down to phones. So in the phone services.
Phone numbers?
Yep. For your phone number, that's his default number there. That's his smart number. There's 3 dots to the right, Jeff. So when the 3 dots, you hit edit configuration. You can name your phone number. So you give it a name. So Jeff called it the GHL CRM number. And then what I saw you didn't do, like you have press to call caller ID. There's also what's called a forward to phone number. So when you uncheck that, you hit forward to phone number and you put your cell phone in there.
Okay. Yeah, it's because this one's got the workflow attached to it. So
it's disabled.
So I mean, if I look
so if you don't have IVR, you could simply say when somebody calls my phone, the smart number in the CRM, ring my cell phone. So now, and then there's what's called the whisper message. So I always say hot CRM lead. So when I pick up the phone, it'll whisper in my ear, hot CRM lead, and then hey, this is Smarty the Realtor. How can I help you? And it's either a buyer or seller that's calling my smart number. That could be my smart number on my for sale sign at the house. Could be in my marketing, but they called that number. It's going to come through the CRM and it's going to ring on my cell phone. Okay. Now, because Jeff has IVR, it's disabled, right? So now if you go to automations and show them your IVR, Jeff, we'll show them how you set it up.
Okay. Yeah. This is the other phone number I use for mailings. So I set that one up. So that's what you were talking about, the whisper message and the call recording.
And I'm not seeing mine, Smarty, because I'm in high level jail, right?
Smarty, didn't you say we had to disable the AI assistant to be able to use this?
He's gone. Where'd he go?
Yeah, it's one or the other. You can't do both. It's one or the
That's
other.
what I thought.
Bob, is
So,
that per
you know,
line or is that for the account?
For line.
Okay. So basically I built this out for both my numbers. So here we'll look at this. So this one, 30 people have gone through it. You kind of, the execution logs are helpful. But basically they come in, you have this gather input, which it plays a, just a generic message.
So in the drop down there, guys, you could either do a message yourself or you could hit the drop down and just type in what you want it to say, and then it'll say that message. So there's an option on either play or say or play a message in the setup.
Yeah,
That's where on
on.
mine, I just typed in, you reach Smarty the Realtor, press 1 to reach Smarty, and then the voice will say that.
Yeah, so basically they either hit 0 or it times out. I think I have it in because they're 5 seconds to hit a button. And if they don't hit anything, then it basically says disconnecting. It tags them as an IVR hang up, and then you have to say end call. So that knows it. If you don't do this, it hangs hangs it. So you got to tell it to hang up and be done with it on this path of the thread. But if they do actually hit, I have it so that it, press 0 to talk to me. So at that point, it says transferring your call now. It tags them, and then it basically forwards the call to my cell phone.
Really easy to set up, guys. You just follow the step by step in the login, and I built all the skeleton for it in the workflow, and then you can make it say whatever you want. So in the switch, if you don't want to say press 0, but you want to say press 1 to reach James, you just in that step, you just say I'm looking for 1 is the button that's pushed. And then the next step is what it says back to the person. Oh, I'm transferring to James right now. And then the next step is transfer the call to James and then finish.
So yeah, it's real simple. There are a couple little things that are hidden in here that took me a little while to figure out. I think the biggest one was settings. You got to have allow reentry, and you got to have these two turned off.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't have multiple opportunities. That screws things up.
Yeah, definitely want to have those turned off.
But that's it. Yeah, just basically it's a junk mail, and it logs all my calls. This is on my signs and my website, so it just logs any calls that come in.
Yeah, and what you could do, like Bob, is a big believer of he has his call sheets and stuff on his opportunity board. You could create opportunities, Bob, and put them in that same workflow. So when they call it, they end up on a call log on an opportunity board. So you could do a lot more with that. I don't know if you said it, Jeff, when I stepped away, but a couple of you guys got hosed. You text me this week or last week and say, "Hey, Smart, it's not working. My phone is grayed out. It won't let me pick my smart number." They had their AI, conversational AI, the AI employee turned on, and you can't have both. Either your AI picks up every phone call and has a conversation, or you don't have the AI and they just call the number and it goes into IVR and it says press 1 to talk to Jeff and so forth. So
Wouldn't the other one be better? It's conversational, no?
it's really up to you. So everybody has a different preference.
How do you turn
The
off?
IVR can't set an appointment.
Yeah.
Right, but the AI can.
Correct.
Correct.
Which would be better, I would think.
Yeah.
How do we train that? Do we have a video on that? On how do we train
Yeah,
our
we did the training on the AI voice. That's
Okay.
real easy. That's just a prompt. So it's literally a prompt, and then you follow the steps in the setup and go high level.
Okay, you have a video on that there. I'll look it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Okay.
I have a video on the AI employee.
Marty, can you have the AI employee just monitor a single line?
Oh yeah, the employee, just like IVR, you trigger it on an inbound call to a line.
Okay, so you could have one line set up for that, but you can't. Could you actually forward to that line if you don't pick up?
Interesting. I think you could. Yeah.
So use it as a backup.
Actually, that's actually Jeff. I think the best way to do it, right?
Yeah.
So you know how Jeff had like if they hit 0, he wants it to go right to Jeff's phone and talk to the person, right? Don't wait, have a conversation, right? But if they didn't hit 0 because they timed out after 5 seconds, he could put a step there that says forward to the other number. And then the other number, you could have the AI assist an employee on that number picking up the phone and say, "This is Mary. I'm here to help you."
I thought you said you can't use both.
No, what we're saying is in the switch, you have 2 different numbers. So you put your AI employee on one number and the IVR on the main number.
Got it.
So they call the main number, they get a menu of services. Press 1 to talk to Sandy, press 2 to talk to Smarty. If the person presses 1 to talk to Sandy, you want your phone to ring and you pick up this Sandy, how can I help you? You don't want an AI person trying to have a conversation, book an appointment. You now have a hot lead, get on the phone and talk. Right? But if 5 seconds go and they don't press 1 or 2 to talk to Sandy or Smarty and it goes to the negative, see how he has a none and he just says end call?
Yeah.
You could have a step that forwards it, rings it on the new number, and that's where your AI employee now says, This is Mary, I'm Sandy's assistant. How can I help you?"
Oh, that's awesome.
I was actually thinking could you do some type of a round robin that if it tries to connect you and if you don't pick up, then it passes on the 4th ring?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, you definitely could do something like that, Jeff.
So that would be the best use of it because then you're not sending the robocalls to to
The
your
AI.
phone. Yeah, this is the whole idea is the robocall doesn't know to hit a number. So they just get dumped out. That's my whole purpose of
Yeah. So let's wire this up real quick. So if you click on it, where's the timeout? Or is there a timeout when it
under
does the routing?
I think it's under
There's
Is this your flow, Smarty?
No, this is mine.
Oh, so how do we get that?
Well, it's already in there. So I already gave you the automation, Sandy. So you just have to configure it, set it up.
Yeah, just take a
It's called
screenshot.
IVR, Sandy. If you go into the standard operating procedure folder, there's an IVR workflow. You just open that up and you're going to start setting it up.
Yeah, this is the most critical piece that broke things, and then the other one was the
Can you go back so I can take a picture?
Take a picture of this. This is even more important.
Okay.
Settings, you want to have the bottom 2 checkbox in the top turned off and allow reentry. All that means is in Go High Level, I do this on all my automations, for a lot of my automations, is I let the person re-enter the workflow again. So if you think of a phone call, they may call Jeff on a Monday and then they call that number again on a Thursday. You want them to go into the IVR.
So that's under settings?
Under settings in the workflow.
Okay. And then builders were, okay. All right, we'll see if I can figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, we had a timeout here of 20 seconds.
Yeah, so this is where what Jeff just said, we could add it up that way. If you have a second phone number, you would just reroute it, have a reroute to the other phone number, and then that's where your AI assistant is sitting ready to answer that call. So that way, if they do call you, and if they do call and you don't pick up because maybe you're in another appointment, you want your AI employee to pick up and start the conversation.
And I don't, Smarty, I don't know which
So this is new and vague. So how, if I
No,
wanted to get,
Jeff, wouldn't it be like another step, like in the timeout, you'd have another connect, the same connect that you have there. You could duplicate the one you just did.
It would be a
No, go up to the one you had, like click on the one above it. The last one on the left side.
here. Okay.
On the left, no, the left side, go down the path to the last one. This is where that step is actually calling Jeff, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Hit the three dots next to calling Jeff. No, hit the three dots next to no, not on the right. Down on the in the diagram.
Oh, okay.
Hit the three dots and just say copy. And then say copy action. So it should do another one. Did you hit copy? Oh, you're in a not copy. I'm sorry. You want to hit duplicate or from here. Do from here.
Just one action. Don't hit all. Just hit one. There you go.
And then
tell
pick
it where
down
you want
below.
it. Right there. Tell it where you want it. No,
that's weird.
Pick one of them.
Do the one above it. Click there.
There you go.
So now you have two of them. So what you're going to do, Jeff, is the first one's going to your phone, and you're going to have a timeout if you don't pick up after so long, and then it'll go to the next one.
So the whole idea is you have to see how many seconds it takes before your voicemail picks up on your cell phone.
Yeah.
Which is probably close to, I'd say you probably have 5 seconds. That might even
That's
be wrong.
everybody for your own phone. You got to take another phone, Sandy, and call your number, your cell phone, and count out as soon as it starts ringing, how many seconds after that till Sandy's voicemail picks up. So you want to do less seconds here. So when it's ringing and you don't pick up, before your voicemail on your cell phone picks up, you're going to go to the next step in the workflow and call your assistant and let him or her have a conversation. So this is a little trial and error, guys. When you're setting this up, you got to get the timing right. So if you didn't have the right seconds, they call the number and Sandy doesn't pick up. Now her cell phone voicemail kicks in. It'll never get to the AI assistant.
Okay. And then
so
the
to start
AI
this whole
is a-
flow, we start with IVR to start this whole process? Is that
Yeah,
what we start with the AI?
just open the IVR flow that I gave you, and it has all the components in it.
And then how do you connect it to the AI assistant?
So the AI assistant we're doing on the fly right now. We don't have a training on it, but that's what we're trying to figure out.
Got it.
Is
But
it Marty, is it a user?
You need two phone numbers to make it work.
Well, I bought two numbers when you helped me in the very,
Yeah.
very beginning. One I'm using and one just there. So I guess
Yeah.
I can activate it. I don't know how to do
Yeah,
that
you
either.
can put the AI assistant on that other one you're not using.
Okay. So would I go into
Get her pick the voice you want and the prompt you want, how you want her to talk, and what you want her to say.
so these are two separate things. I have to do
Yep,
the AI first, and then I come and do the IVR, and then somehow I connect them, which
Then
will
we
work.
connect the two. Yeah.
Smarty, does the AI show up as a user in people's accounts? I don't have it turned on, so.
You would just in the forward, you would just forward it to the phone number.
Okay, I was thinking, okay, so it's not okay, so you would just,
You'd put that other phone number right there.
okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a user you selected and, okay. Okay, so then at that point it does that, and then it would just be a phone number that it picks up, which is whatever you have the AI assistant on, and then it just bounces it over like a phone call.
I guess if it is, can you edit that, Jeff, or do you have to if you pick a user, does that set the phone number?
Like if I pick JP, no, it just assigns it to the user.
Got it. Okay.
So
So you could just put the other phone number at the bottom.
yeah, you would just basically. And I don't know if this means it. This may actually means it rings both numbers. I'm not even sure if there's some experimentation here.
Yeah, we have to experiment a little bit.
But that might be an answer.
I'm thinking if after the timeout, if I don't pick up my phone, then I want it to call this other number.
Yeah, the other option is if it rings both numbers and it's a race like a round robin here, then whoever picks up first, you or the AI.
That's true.
It may, that might be there's a round robin function in here somewhere. So you just round robin it to both numbers, and whoever picks up first, it just, I don't know how many rings you have your AI set on, but that would give your set it for 3 rings, and if you got your phone, you can answer it. If not, your AI picks it up.
I like that.
Jeffrey, could I ask you a question? So you're trying to do this so to eliminate the spam calls.
Yes.
But ever since I set up voice AI, I don't get spam calls anymore. I get funky numbers showing up that called there that didn't get past it, but it doesn't come to me. The voice AI is already doing that. I might get a screwy number that I got to delete out of my contacts, but that robocall is not getting past the AI.
Right, but it's eating up your minutes and your AI expenditure.
I don't have that turned
That's the
on.
rub there, Bob. So if you have the IVR in front of it and the robo doesn't know how to push the button, boom, that you didn't eat up any AI minutes, and you didn't, now it goes, it's only going to talk to the assistant if it's a good person.
Well, it's still a call if your IVR is answering it.
Yeah, but last as long as it, like I've had scam calls call me and talk to the AI for 5 minutes.
So you're getting hit with usage charges on the AI engine.
Yeah, this was just basically, it's just, these are the ones that, were spam calls or such. Like actually, that was a lead. I have no idea what this one was. Oh yeah, this was somebody who had the number before me. So I don't know, whatever, it's working, and it's not, because my old system would charge me because it would record the robocall. So I was, and it was annoying. So
I just saw Chris. I just saw your post. Elon Musk, 97 billion. OpenAI.
Smarty, what do I click to wipe out everything we did?
There is a
this here, or
yeah, there's a undo. There's a history up at the top.
So just go confirm.
Yeah. And then there's a little history button.
Oh, okay.
And then you can pick the one that you want. That's a beautiful thing at Go High Level. You design something, you're like, that didn't work. I just go back a couple steps.
Okay, so just basically go back to okay.
Yeah, so we should try it this week, guys, and then we'll report to the group at large. We'll do some testing, blending the IVR front end with the AI assistant on the back end. And Bob, quite honestly, you can just hook up the AI assistant for every call that comes in, so it doesn't ring your phone. But to get through the robo call, they have to hit, press 1 to talk to Bob, or whatever number you use.
So in January, my voice AI cost me 45 cents.
That all it was? Wow. That's on the usage model too. I thought they'd have it more expensive because it's 97 if you want unlimited. You're not even close to that.
Yeah, well, if you're going to use it for content, it makes sense. I didn't use it for content at all, so there was zero there. Content is where it's going to drive up the cost of that $97. We're doing our content outside.
Yeah,
we don't. There's no reason to put it on that. I mean, you'd have to get a.
Is what we're talking about different from the AI employee? Are these two different services?
Oh, AI employee is what we're talking about. Yeah.
Okay. But
so AI employee encompasses multiple AI items. It doesn't just a comp. So you don't have to, if you don't get, like, if I go down the list here, you got content AI is one of them that I'm not using because we're doing everything outside of there. Conversation and voice is one of them. And I've got conversation set to suggestion. So I don't even know if I get charged when I click a suggestion and send it out. So what happens when you have conversation AI set as suggestions instead of answering it? It gives you a string of options for you to just click a button and answer it. Sort of like grabbing a snippet without grabbing a snippet. And then I don't use funnel AI, so there's no charge for that. I'm not using review AI. So that whole package has workflow AI is probably one that Smarty uses, and workflow assistant. So if you're only using a piece of it, it doesn't make any sense to pay the $97. If you're using the whole thing, I guarantee you the $97 is a bargain.
Yeah. So what we did, guys, is they introduced this around Thanksgiving, or like before Thanksgiving, like early November. And when they introduced the AI employee at Go High Level, they had a special because they wanted everybody to get a taste for it. So they said it's free till the end of the year. So we all signed up for AI employee and started using it and doing different stuff. I built a website. I used the workflow, did the reviews. And then on January 1st, if you didn't shut it off, they charged us $97 because it kicks into a $97 a month plan. So what I did in the CRM was I turned everybody's off, all the $97 plans. This was like early January, like maybe mid-January when we caught it. And now we just went on to a usage model. So if you use it, they're going to start charging you for the usage of that AI. And as Bob said, it was like 42 cents for all his inbound calls so far.
So how do you grab this then? I guess that's where my disconnect is.
Oh, so inside Go High Level, they have let me go back. Actually, they took it off the main menu. Let me find it again. They put it somewhere else. They had it right at the top menu, Jeff, for everybody. It was called the Season of AI.
It's all in your system, Jeff. It's a matter of just turning it on. I mean, you could start using the pieces.
Oh yeah,
now.
that's how they do it now. So Jeff or anybody, if you want to like experiment with the voice AI, the inbound, the conversational AI capabilities, if you go to settings, you'll see voice AI.
Voice AI agents.
Agent, yep. Then they also have conversational AI. And then in the sites, when you go to do a new site, they give you the option. It's called Funnel AI, which is very cool. So when you're building a website, you can go use their AI engine that actually designs and develops the entire website. I did that on an investor page, and it was quite impressive what it came up with for a landing page for investors. So that's how you invoke it.
Okay. So conversational AI is the SMS bot.
Yeah.
Voice AI is the
voice.
And
what we told everybody when we did our tests at the end of last year, because we were all doing the trial, a lot of us, is I have the prompt for my chatbot. I have all the prompts. The prompt that worked best for this was the live chat prompt. So if you take the live chat prompt in my bot form that I gave you, put that in the conversational AI, and she has a beautiful conversation based on what the person wants. She's asking either for beds and baths and what's your timing? Do you have a budget? Are you working with an agent? If it's a seller, it starts talking about, what's your motivation? What's your address? Da.
That's your AI.
It's actually scheduled an appointment for me.
Yeah, I've gotten appointments scheduled through the AI.
So I will tell you, Jeffrey, that if you use the conversation AI bot, you only want to use it on suggestive, because if you don't, it conflicts with what Smarty has set up with Zappy Chat.
That's if you use his prompt.
If you use the conversation AI bot, you can set it up for autopilot. You can set it up for suggested. So you don't want to set anything up in there for autopilot, because it will
The
try to answer the
two bots are going to conflict with each other. The person's going to get multiple messages.
But that's only if we use your prompt.
No, not
No.
everybody has my chat bot turned on in your account.
Oh, that chat bot. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So hopefully at some point, this conversation AI bot, Smarty's going to be able to get rid of Zappy Chat.
My ultimate goal is I want to get rid of Zappy Chat before my next bill comes up because I got a $2,000 bill in June. so I'm looking at it really close, Bob, to see if I can get conversation to work for us.
Well, I think all you got to do is bring your bots in here. Just hit create bot, bring the one you have in Zappy Chat, put it in here. Create bot. It shouldn't be difficult. It gives some really good suggestions.
Yeah, I want to get my Buying Buddy website done in February, and then March is going to be a build a bot and conversational AI exercise.
Yeah, I haven't made it that far. So,
all right, guys, any other questions? And if not, we'll adjourn.
I got just a real quick one, Smarty, on the training for the 3 buttons on the front of the website. Like I butchered mine, so I was going to the training where you have it to where it has the code, and you said like the link's down below, but it's not there.
Oh, it's not there?
Uh-uh.
Let me double check. Let me get it there if it's not.
I have one really important question.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Jonathan.
How much did you win on last night's game?
Wow, was that a blowout or what?
Oh my God. I called it too with all my friends. Everyone's like all day long, like, what do you feel about it? I said, I have a hunch it's going to be an absolute dominant blowout game on the Eagles side. I didn't see any way you can't see the Chiefs are going to blow us out. It was either going to be a tight game or a blowout. And sure enough, it was a blowout.
Wow.
34 yards of total offense in the first half, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Talk about a dominant defense.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs, they just got too complacent because they'd been there year after year after year, and it just kind of became old. And I was rooting for Philly anyway, but I hate Taylor
I agree
Swift.
with you on both ends. Yeah.
I love seeing Taylor Swift crying in the stands.
Everybody says that.
The fact that she got booed by the audience, the fans all booed her. when her picture came up on the
screen,
she got booed.
just makes the Packers.
With that, guys, no mastermind on Friday. So we'll meet with Bob. Will be our next one this week at 4:00. But I got a parade to attend on Friday.
Nice, good for you.
You guys booed Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, I was there though. You know why we did it? The real story on the background of there was that Santa Claus. He was in front of the family section of the stadium, and Santa Claus came into the stadium totally whacked. He was so drunk. He started really embarrassing all the parents and stuff and with the kids. So the parents started yelling at him, and then he flipped everybody the bird, and then it was snowing in the stadium. So the parents started grabbing snowballs and chasing him off the field. But he was bombed.
That part of the story never gets told.
Yeah, they don't know. They say anything like that on ESPN. They just say, "Oh, Philly's bad. We throw snowballs at Santa Claus," but he deserved every snowball thrown at him. All right, guys. So we'll listening to leads, call marketing on Wednesday at 4:00 if you're interested.
Absolutely.
Have a good one.
See you then. Bye.
Bye.